Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's enjoying this incredibly hot summer throughout Canada. It's been a good one. Anyway, thought I'd start on the top deck here. I'll spin around and start with my Scotch Bonnet. And here we have the mint. It's definitely growing and smelling wonderful every time you go past it. And the Scotch Bonnet. It's got quite a few fruit on it now, and I've just got the first signs of one changing color. I'll zip in there a little bit and show you. Here we are up close and personal to my Scotch Bonnet. You can see that guy there. It's got some real funky texture and bumps to him. There's one other one there. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see. Yeah, and he's really bumpy and stuff. But anyway, there's a small little guy over here that has decided to take on some nice orange coloring. So that's promising. And otherwise, yeah. And it's losing a lot of blooms in the heat lately, but those fruit that did take are getting a little bigger. Yeah. And here we have the Atocha Cucumbers, and yeah, they're just going crazy, which is neat to see. They don't seem to mind their little pot, and yeah, those tendrils just not right up, and they're having a little trouble grabbing the smooth cedar, but if there's a crack or anything like that, they'll find their way in there. Anyway, and there's the other one that's climbing the... No, it's way taller than the dragonfly now, and hopefully we can get it to reach over to the rail shortly and continue his travels. And over here we have Okra. Yeah, the three okra are looking really good. I'll get a little closer. Alright, now that the airplane is gone, I'll continue. Yes, there is Atocha number 1 going crazy. And swing over. And Atocha number 2, who is going to reach that rail soon and yeah, continue his little journey downwards, I'm hoping. And in the corner, we have Okra. And yeah, they are putting on some nice size. I'll get a little closer. Alright, and here we have the 3 okra. And if you have a look, you can see the new leaf development. And it looks like that's the first flower start. And there's one on each of them, which is really neat. They are a really beautiful flower, and I'm looking forward to seeing them and having some fresh fruit. Yeah, that would be excellent. Down on the little bit dark bed, you can see the parsley and my Brussels sprouts, the dill, Brussels sprout number 2 that's getting ravaged by the caterpillars. They're just munching away on the new growth. Irritating. Anyway, and the basil. Yeah, no, the herbs seem to like this, but I know there's probably not a lot of nutrients left in this soil, so the goal here is I'm going to build up this bed so that it's level with the bottom of the deck there, I think. I just make this a nice big raised bed in the future. I'll be able to reach farther, and yeah, it'll be good. And here we are starting my pepper row, heading down. Everybody is growing, putting on some fantastic size and fruit. Yes. Now the heat wave, these are the ones that don't seem to mind. Anyway, let's start with the top there. Those are my Sugar Rush Peach. I'm still just really hoping to see some color out of those larger fruit any day now. There's the Volunteer Sunflower that somehow snuck in there. And the Peach Ghost, which has got blooms. I haven't actually seen an open one yet. He's a little bit late, but I'm sure they're coming, judging by all those flower starts. Oh, actually, I see an open one now, so there you go. Call me a liar. Anyway, and then we'll move down to the, what is that? The Jamaican Mushroom and the Red Devil's Tongue. And both of which are loaded with fruit right now, so that's cool to see. I'll get a little closer after and try and show off some of the peppers, but next door to them, this big tall guy there, that's the Ahi Lemon Drop. And next to him is the Orange Naga. And in the back there, this is the happiest the jalapenos have looked so far. Yeah, I don't know why they decided all of a sudden to play nice, but they have, and they're loaded with fruit, so nice to see them revived. Alright, I'll shuffle along and continue. And here we are over at the cherry tomatoes, and as you can see, I've got some nice red little guys that I will enjoy in a little bit. Yeah, that's the Isis Candy. And sharing his pod is the Scotch Brains. And nice to see all those little flower starts, and maybe even an open one down there. Maybe I will get to sample a Scotch Brain, because boy, that poor little Charlie Brown Christmas tree was looking pretty sad for a while there. But yeah, a little heat and a little rain and a little vitamins, and look at what happens. Hey, down here in the small pot, I've got the Bulgarian carrot, and it's got some nice fruit starting, and maybe even starting to change color a little bit. That'll be neat to see them in their little micro carrots. And the Thai is going to be, I'm not going to know what to do with all of them, which is cool. And next door we've got the M.A. Wartrix and the Bohemian Goat. And yes, lots of flower starts on the goat. Nothing quite yet out of the M.A. Wartrix, but they're well on their way, and they still got hopefully a couple months. I'm going to say a couple months still. And we come on up. You can see that nice big flower on the Ahi Fantasy. Now a few of them are open now, and in with him is the Honey Drop Cherry Tomato. And yeah, those are going to be interesting. Next to them are the two evil. Oh, they're doing so good. They're such healthy, happy plants. I'm really proud of those two little fellas. But anyway, the 7-pot Brain Strain and the Trinidad Scorpion. My two super hots. Scorpion has got loaded with fruit. I'm not going to know what to do with those guys, and I'm terrified of the taste, but curious at the same time. And I've seen little teeny tiny pepper bums on the 7-pot now, so they're looking promising. Alright, I'll shuffle along and continue. Alright, and here I have my Fatales, and I would have to say, out of all my peppers, these ones are kind of looking a little like the jalapenos were. I'm not sure if they're not in agreement with the heat wave, or they're lacking a little something, but I'm going to keep my eye open on them. I know the leaves are even curling some of the brand new stuff, so I'll have to look that up a bit. But I do have ripening fruit on there that I'm going to harvest. I'm going to do a big harvest today, and I'll show what I get in a little while. And next to them are my my peach habaneros. I liked them so much last year with my little taste that I put the two in there, and well, it is loaded. I'm gonna have a ton of peach habs, so that's cool. Next to them, I have the sweet banana and my boxcar Willie cherry, or it's not a cherry, it's a full-size tomato beefsteak. From what I sampled the other day, I'm not altogether sure they are a boxcar Willie, but we're gonna have lots of them. And on the other side, we start with the sweet chocolate. That I'm gonna have to take some of those and just have them as green peppers, because yeah, it's loaded. Had to prop the one branch up because it was just dangling and having them in the dirt. And there's the broccoli, and the seed pods are drying nicely, so should have a lot of broccoli seed, but hopefully I can develop a head next year instead of just seeds. And next to him, my Brussels sprouts are actually putting on little tiny Brussels sprouts now, and it's cool. And my dillzilla in the same pot. I'll get a little closer. There. Now that I'm nice and close, you can actually see the start of little teeny tiny Brussels sprouts. That's cool. It's my first time growing these, so forgive my excitement, but cool. And of course, next door, we've got the Rista Cayenne, and it is loaded, which is neat because that's a fantastic pepper. All right, and one of the spuds was all ready to go yesterday, so harvested and got a handful of pretty small spuds, but I'm wagering they're going to be tasty. And the rest are looking quite happy. The rhubarb is looking like I'm done. And there's the pumpkin. We're trying hard on number 2. I'll cut to the footage of us stealing a flower. And yeah, hopefully this time we'll have one take. And as you can see, the raised bed over there is full and happy. We've harvested a couple of green bean loads now and blanched them, and they're happily tucked away in the freezer for meals. I can't wait. The carrots have been munched a little bit, and they're delicious. And I'll zoom around over there and show some of the pickles, because they're doing great, and hopefully the major heat wave part will be over soon, and then they'll start producing like crazy. And there's a little close-up of the green beans, and yeah, it's every couple of days can do another meal or two worth, so that's great. I sure love them fresh garden green beans. Wow, that sounded intelligent. Anyway, and here are the pickles. There's actually quite a few on there. Now, I had found quite a few dead ones last week just on my little tour, and yeah, but quite a few more have taken. I'll go down the road a little bit here. Yes. So in here you can see there's quite a few pickles, actually. Good sized one down there. And all along. So that's going to be cool. There's going to be a lot of pickles this year, and well, I'm going to put the peppers in there and do various heat levels of pickles, and some of the people out there in the community are going to receive a care package, as it were. Anyway, and here's our pumpkin, and hopefully with Scott's intervention, playing the part of the little bumblebee, we will have a pumpkin develop right there. The flower's already starting to close up, so that's neat. And there are little critters walking around in there, so just hopefully shaking the pollen in there, and if nothing else, then Mother Nature is giving an assist, which would be fantastic. Never grew a pumpkin before, so yeah, it's all new and exciting. And here we are around front. There's the boxcar Willie that, well, supposedly the boxcar Willie. But it's just loaded with fruit nonetheless. And my bishop's crown, which I'm actually seeing some little pepper bums on there, which is pretty cool. Here we are out front. There's the boxcar Willie tomato, or what it's supposed to be, and the bishop's crown pepper. Yeah, and I'm seeing my first pepper bombs or bums on the bishop's crown. It's incredible. I'm gonna have to look at what it usually does as a plant, because when it's in there with that tomato, it is stretching like crazy. Skinny little guy, but his blooms are taking. And as we go down, the corn is slowly growing, and the sunflowers are starting to open. Oops, sorry about that. The sunflowers are looking pretty good. And in the other pot, I have the Belgian Giant and my little Thai pepper that's still just going to town. Why, the Belgian Giant, I hope they're good tasting, because they're not going to win no beauty prizes. They've always have kind of a scarring on the bottom. And I don't know if it's a trait of the tomato or what, but they're, yeah, they're not pretty. Anyway, and if we go down, we can see the watermelon is branching out and, yeah, making a go of it. And that, I'm thinking, is this year's first spaghetti squash. I do love those little guys. And if not, there are plenty of flowers coming, both male and female. So that's cool. So hopefully I have a bountiful harvest of them. Well, I forgot to do the little guy over there, but he's actually full of blooms now too, and decided to stand up instead of lay down and vine. But we'll see what he does. Sure, now Mother Nature says, well, just in case any of your stuff survived, here, let me throw a second wave at you of even bigger ones. Oh, Mother Nature, sometimes you're a real